Sagittarius. We'll now be having a look to see what a relationship with this person could look like, what we can learn about this connection, and then any advice for you going forward in how to get the best results from this relationship. Okay, so let's have a look first and foremost what's coming up around what a relationship with them could look like. What sort of relationship will this be? And then we'll lay out some more cards. Okay, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups reversed, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Wands upright, and the Three of Swords. Okay, two aces and one is reversed here, Sagittarius. Interesting dynamic and very strong energy of a love triangulation. Options or X's here are coming up around you and this person. Now, the aces can indicate two different people, and then the Three of Swords is like confusion and heartache. But you are coming up upright, which as the Ace of Wands, which I think is a potent sign that this person may choose you over someone else. But there's going to be a lot of thinking and a very slow-paced rate when this love comes together and when this relationship comes together. And I think a lot of you may experience this Three of Swords. Now, the Three of Swords isn't always deception. It can indicate heartache and trying to fight between head and heart. So there's something here that's going to impact the relationship, and it's choosing between head and heart. So I sense there's pain attached to this connection, and I think for a lot of you, it may be because you have a history, and that may come back and haunt the relationship for things that went wrong or things that didn't go your way. Now, for those that do not have history with this person, I think the Three of Swords can definitely point to other people, other loves, exes coming into the picture in this relationship, or you potentially feel like you might be on the side, you might be cast to the side, and that you don't have this person's attention and devotion. But I feel strongly that they're going to choose you, Sag. But it might be a long way to travel, and that's interesting. It's sort of sitting on the Three of Wands, and I did mention that's long-term potential and being in each other's lives for a long time, or taking a long time for this relationship to get together. It could also be a second attempt at this relationship, at this love. So you may have experienced love with this person before, but it's going to take the second time to be more successful, because the first might be the ace that's coming up reversed. Ace of Cups normally represents tradition, things like marriage, engagement, or milestones in relationships, and that's coming up reversed. So I'm inclined to believe that you might not have a traditional relationship in some aspect. It might be very different from anything you've experienced, or this person isn't wanting a traditional relationship somehow. It could also be that they're very stubborn in their mind, in their thoughts, that they don't want marriage or remarriage or engagement, or maybe even children. I mean, there's something that comes traditionally with a relationship that's coming up reversed for them. So I think that's why the Seven of Pentacles is coming up, because it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of patience, and a lot of deep contemplation to make this connection work. They do want to take their time. This is someone who's going to take their time to trust and believe. Again, if they're coming up, if they're still healing from pain, or they've been cheated on, or there's been deception, then that's something that they're trying to still heal from. And as a result, with that Seven of Pentacles, I think what I'm seeing here in the cards is that they're still, it's going to take them a lot. They're still dealing with a lot. And I think they're a thinker in terms of how this relationship plays out. They're going to be thinking a lot, or they're not going to make very quick decisions. I think they're impulsive at times, yes, but not when it comes to love. It's almost like they're going to pause and put the brakes on things, I think, between the both of you. This is what I think they're going to be comfortable doing, Sagittarius. This is where I think they're in their comfort zone. Seven of Pentacles here. The Ace of Wands is coming up, and I think you'll have a very strong physical, like a very strong physical attraction or intimacy. That could be one of your strong points in this connection, okay? But I feel like this is you, Ace of Wands. There's a lot of opportunity in this relationship to change things or make things to your liking, though. So seeing that, I think that is quite a positive sign as to what the both of you can have together. So for the most part, yes, I do feel like that's quite positive. But I do feel like there's something about a selection process to make this relationship come together. And I do feel like, Sag, you might have options, or this person has options. It's like they're torn between two people. You might be torn between two people, and you're both here trying to make it work together. So steer away from that, because that can come in the relationship. You know, if you're still talking to an ex or someone wants you back, I think it's important to have clear boundaries in this relationship, and it's important for other people to respect the relationship you do have. Because I'm seeing that other people could get involved, or purposely, you know, out of jealousy or spite, they could end up doing something like this. So that's something I think you need to look out for when it comes to this relationship. You could possibly move together. You know, this is a card of taking action, moving, traveling. So there might be a lot of this involved. You could possibly live together, but something about a traditional milestone in a relationship is coming up as reversed. So someone might not want that. Could be them. Ace of Cups is also, it's not a very emotionally expressive relationship somehow. So you might not express a lot of emotion, I don't think. But let's see what the advice is for you, Sagittarius, coming into this relationship. What's the advice for Sagittarius? Okay, powerful changes. Sagittarius, you might feel like you have to change who you are for this person, or you'll be determined to change yourself, your behavior, your patterns, because powerful change is coming. New moon eclipse, new moons and new starts. And if the message here is expect powerful change, it's like there's an expectation here. And straight away, I'm inclined to believe that either this person will expect you to change, or there's going to be some sort of expectation to change. What I get from this card is high expectations. So there's going to be quite a bit of pressure placed on this relationship. And you do have the supermoon, so everything's going to be magnified. You see the supermoon, how it's large. It's a period when it's closest to the earth. And what that means is that you'll have to really magnify your behavior. You'll have to look at things much closer than you previously did. You'll have to read into things much more than you previously did. Okay, because I think there's a lot of silver lining or the subliminal messages, because I think this person won't reveal everything, and it's going to be your job, I think, to really look at things with a magnifying glass. Sagittarius, emotions are running high, so it's also a very emotional time. I think the way in which you manage this person emotionally is going to be huge. And I do feel, like I said, I think in the general, they might, like, it's like a tantrum. It's like an emotional reaction to gain your attention or to make you change. I think there's going to be a lot of that. And I think that's where you're going to feel like sometimes you're sweating beads, because you're sweating bullets, because you feel like there's just so much to deal with. So it's not going to be an easy task dealing with this person emotionally, but your response will be everything. And I think that's where you might learn to adapt, and you might change the way you communicate, change the way things affect you even. And that's huge, Sag. That really is big, and that is something that you could be doing. You do have blue moon, believe in the impossible. This is about improbability. This is about a rare connection. Don't give up on this connection, Sagittarius, because there's something that this person is going to give you that's almost like a rarity. It could be the way they make you feel. It could be the things they have to offer. It could be whatever it is that they're promising you. At times you might feel like it's impossible to get through to them, or it's impossible to share who you really are. But I think a lot can happen. There's a rare event, is what I want to say, that's going to happen within this connection. It could be like falling in love, healing from a heartbreak. You do have healing here. But I think they are healing, okay? It's sitting on top of the Nine of Wands. It's sitting on top of the Three of Swords. A time for healing. It's the balsamic moon. This person is still getting over a breakup, I think, when the two of you connect, or they're still trying to get over, if you do have that history of something you've done or something they've done to you, and you have to give them that space. But it's not impossible, Sagittarius. Let's merge these cards. It's not impossible for you to move past it, for you to heal from these issues, for you to come to a better place than you previously were. So don't give up on it just because you think you have certain history or something's happened and, you know, you can't see past it. I think there's high potential, because I think there's, you have the opportunity here to go the distance with this person and with this connection. But it's really going to take a lot of strength and everything you have within you to make this work. But I think the advice here is a time for healing. And if it's not them, Sag, it's you. You need to give yourself that time to heal. So don't expect yourself to trust straight away. Don't expect yourself to come into a place where it's, let's, you know, have a fresh, clean slate. You know, if someone's hurt you, whether it's them or someone else, you're carrying those scars. And you have to understand that that's something you live with, okay? It's something that you will heal from, and it's absolutely not impossible for that to happen. I also feel like you, in this relationship, there might be an opportunity to give each other space, like have a temporary break for healing of some kind. Now, I'm not saying this relationship is destined to fail or destined to break away, but I'm seeing that that could actually be good for you. So there may be a time in this relationship, maybe at the start, maybe, you know, during the connection, that the two of you will take time apart. And because that's everything is going to be so magnified, so in your face, that I think it'll do you both good, because you do need that time to heal and settle down, whether it's yourself, Sagittarius, or whether it's this person. So from what I'm seeing in terms of advice, I think there's a lot of internal changes you can make. Things that you've avoided, notice how it's an eclipse. I think it's like avoidance, but it's coming up, shining through. So I think things that might have been hidden or pushed aside, swept under the rug, are really going to come out there. So secrets, things are going to be exposed, your insecurities, your flaws, etc. And you may feel scrutinized in a way. If it's not you, it's important to not scrutinize this person for their faults and flaws, because I think they're very emotionally sensitive. But I think you can get to a place where you both come into a beautiful, fruitful connection. I think that's highly likely. I think that you need to believe and have faith and trust, or they need to see that you have faith and trust in them, but also give them space at the same time, because I do think a temporary break or space apart, time apart, is going to do this relationship more good than harm. I will leave your reading at that though, Sag, so thank you again for watching. I do hope it has been helpful.